Hi, Michaela. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm good. My name's Ashley, and I'm an occupational therapist. And I'm here today to give you a functional vision assessment. So first thing we're going to do is a visual acuity test, and it's kind of trying to see how well you can see near and like up close and far away. So you ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to have you read this paper. I want you to hold it about this close, okay?
Okay. The hen was sitting on the shed. Patty spilled some jam on the rug. I will make a wish for a red pin. The big circus cats ran in the cage. A pet shop is a nice place to visit. The children took grandma some flowers. My dog likes to play catch with a stick. The circus is fun. Clowns do funny things. Cats have Carts has a bird that sings. She lets the bird fly around the room.
Get very close.
Richard set fire his wreck. We say
Okay. That's okay. All right. Now I have this magazine here.
yeah,
I want you to find a page in here and I want you to read it to me, okay?
okay. Let's do this one. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes in duck hunting, you simply must be willing to take the plunge. With shooting light brightening the eastern horizon and much work left to be done, Gregory, and I hurriedly but feebly felt out our way along the soft bottom of the South Carolina Impidump, pitching hand-carved decoys in our wake. With cool water lapping at the bottom of my rib cage, I stepped gingerly toward Gregory to extract another bird from the canvas bag. Ah, I grimaced a bit of the pool topped my waders and breached my jacket. I shuddered, but then straightened quickly to regain a barrier. Thankfully, the result of my misstep was simply a minor spill, not a full bath. Still, that cup of 6 a.m. liquid caused more awakening than any mug of coffee I've ever tasted. Slogging chest deep 20 feet away, under no less threat of an unintended drenching should a boot find a hole or get tripped by a twig. Gregory set the last of our special rig of ring-necked duck decoys to the west of the platform blind. I finished up my water walk by plopping a few additional diver blocks to the east. Our host, David Weckler, parked the boat behind the blind and hoisted gear into our hideout. On cue, wings sliced the airspace above us as Gregory led us into his customary blessing the birds, commentary, and of course a safe and accessible hunt before we load our shotguns. Amen. The 2022 Delta water flow decoy hunt had officially begun, waiting on a jet plane. The roar of morning's first ringers reached our cars two full beats before our eyes caught the zooming over the willows to our left. Whoa, those are cooking, Gregory observed.
Good job. All right. Next thing, you see that chart up there?
Uh-huh.
I want you to come stand a little back that way.
Right here?
Yep. Yep. And then I want you, make sure you're centered with the chart. And I want you to cover your left eye and read as much as you can of that chart.
EFPTOZLPEDD.
Okay. All right. And then I want you to do the same while covering your right eye.
EFPTOZLPED P. Wait, E D O F E D R C Z D.
Okay. And I want you to do it with both eyes open now.
EFPTOZL PEDPHCFD EBROZD.
Okay. Good job. All right. Now I want you to come over here and I want you to read that sign over there on the wall, please.
Athletic award is presented to Michaela Wilson in in recognition of competing in 2025 volleyball.
Job. Right, Michaela. So now we're going to do the extraocular range of motion. This is just kind of seeing if you're able to move your eyes in different directions to look around at things without having to move your head to do so. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So first thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you cover your left eye and we're going to follow with the pin. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So first I'm going to go over, up, down, good. All right. Now I want you to uncover that eye and cover up your right eye, okay? If you need to do a few blinks, you can. Good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we're gonna leave both eyes uncovered. Okay? You do a few blinks. Good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stop moving your head. Good job. Okay, Michaela. Now this one is testing convergence, which is something that helps you be able to read like close up things. Kind of keeps you from having double vision. Okay. So I'm gonna have this pen and I'm gonna move it closer to your nose. And when you start to see double, I want you to let me know. Okay.
Okay. I see now.
Say that's about 3.5 inches. All right, Michaela. So now we're going to test your extraocular range of motion. This is kind of seeing like if you're able to move your eyes in different directions, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
I have my pen and I'm going to move it in different directions. And I want you to follow it with your eyes. But first, we're going to do it while we're covering your left eye, okay? All right. So I'm going to go here, here. You can't turn your head,
I'm not.
okay? Up, down. Okay, now I want you to let go of that eye. We're going to cover the right eye. All right.
Is everything supposed to be blurry?
Well, if you need to do a few blinks, that's fine. Do a few blinks. Better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We're going to go up, down, All right, Michaela, last one. We're going to test your visual field. This kind of help determines how far, like, you can see, kind of like your peripheral vision. It helps you with driving when you do start to drive or when you're trying to look for addresses, things like that, okay?
Okay.
So, first thing I need you to do is cover your right eye. Now, I want you to focus on my nose. I have this pink pen here, and I'm going to move it out to where you can't see it, okay? And then I want you to tell me when you can see it,
I see it.
okay? And I'm going to move it up. Can you see it right now?
No,
All right, tell me when you can.
I can see it.
Okay. Now we're gonna cover your left eye. Okay. Do a few blinks if you need to. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna move it out where you can't see it. Hold your head still. Focus on my nose. Tell me when you can see the pen.
I see.
Okay. Now I'm gonna move it up. Tell me when you see.
I see it.
Okay. Good job.
Um,
For my patient, I got a visual acuity score of 20 out of 25. Her extraocular range of motion, she had full range of motion. Um, Visual tracking and pursuit, she's able to adequately shift into all fields of gaze. And her convergence is about 3.5 inches before she started to see double, meaning she had no impairment with convergence. And her visual field, I got about 45 degrees vertical and 85 degrees horizontal, indicating normal visual field ranges. So overall, I'd say my patient doesn't really have many issues with visual acute or with functional vision. Um, Only thing she did have was a little bit lower visual acuity than 2020, but that's about it.